Hello, 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 hello. Right into it for a short one today. Cheers. A lot of peach. This is the third steeping of these teas, but I haven't had any of them yet. So I skipped the the first two steepings. Kind of want to compare them at their strongest. Well, lots of residual dark way on that, actually. Surprisingly sweet, very peachy. Yeah, nice, interesting, really nice peachy aftertaste as well. Cheers. Interestingly less thick, and I do think that I'm using more leaf in the Mengsong, and I'm kind of surprised because this material is supposed to be a little bit stronger. Interesting. Initial thoughts are immediately that I like the Youle more by a lot. I think the Mengsong is lacking a little bit of density, which is kind of odd. I have a Chen Cheng Hao Naka, which is a specific mountain in the Mengsong region, the mountains, and there's a lot more to it. Wow, really strong aftertaste, I will say. So quite bitter. So of the, I've tried four of the Chen Yuan Hao teas of late. So I did not record the sessions that I had earlier comparison, but I had the Jiang Cheng, which is from that region. I had that. That's a 2007. I also had the Ebang, excuse me, and I did prefer the Ebang the most of those two by quite a bit. Those are roughly, looks like, similar priced. These two are also similarly priced. They're both $325 on the dot shop site. I would not buy them first. I would buy them on the secondary market. Quiche Teas is selling these for much more affordable prices. We're talking almost a third of that price, $127 for the Youle. They don't sell the Mengsong, but that's okay because I don't think I like it, at least to start. Really at all. Ongoing aftertaste is just kind of bitter and not really promising much. Not a lot of sweetness. Interesting. Obviously, the Mengsong is brewing up much darker. It is 5 years older. Let's see, 2009. Sorry, so 4 years older. Okay, let's do opposites. So I'll start with the Mengsong again. Cheers. Still thin, better. I like the initial taste of this, but the very astringent. It's much better this time around. I'm using a little bit off of the boil water I'm gonna read that water while I keep talking here. Really doing a lot of like chewing and mouth stuff. Very active. Interesting. Definitely not ready today for my personal preference, which is good. I mean, this ultimately means that something like this will be able to, will be able to age out into something a bit nicer. I think the Kingly is much nicer today. I'm not sure I would want to age out the Mengsong though. The under kind of current of dark flavors. I don't know how I feel about it. Okay, here's the Youle. I said Kingly, sorry. It's the Kingly Youle. Cheers. It's like 10 times as sweet. Excuse me. I have a fighting off a cold. Wow. Both of these have a really verdant bitterness that tastes underdeveloped to me, and interestingly might need a lot more time. Kind of an interesting juxtaposition compared to the sweetness of the Youle today. The Mengsong has a much more acrid bitterness to me, stronger overall. Both are much stronger than the previous sessions I did though. If I had to go in order, of the 4 teas, I think I would put the Ebang first. I'm really torn on this Mengsong. And then I put the Youle. It's between the Youle and the Mengsong, and then I would put the Jiangcheng last. That one was fine, just kind of not. It's really boring, honestly. For what it cost, I blind sampled that one, and rather not knowing anything about what it cost and whatever, and I had guessed that it was about half the price. Just isn't my preference. Gonna push these this time. Not too hard, but that's boiling water and with steeping. There's a nice sweetness. You know, with these boutique teas, it's just kind of complicated to figure out where's it gonna go. And unfortunately, a lot of these cakes, just like there's this year of this cake that people are kind of reselling on the market. You know, Dragon Tea House is an example of a company that's really trying to be consistent in its recipe while being small. I'm trying to get a sense of this processing, the CYH processing in general, and maybe a criticism might be a little bit of it that it's a little bit weak. I would say certainly these are stronger, but I think that if I wanted a strong flavor, especially from 2009 material, I would hope to get a lot of mouthfeel, viscosity, and a lot more sweetness. So I'm gonna go ahead and start here. Pretty warm. Cheers. The sweetness is just so straightforwardly obvious on this. Yeah, I like this one. It's nice. I don't want to rush that. Well, both are very active in the mouth. Cheers. Okay. Yeah, there was a hint of the pencil shavings things that I know is going to happen in the next few years on this tea. It's really interesting. I'm torn on this one. It almost could be the best one of the 4, but it needs the most time of the 4. Okay, I'm changing my mind. I think that I like the Mengsong the most now of these 2. I think I still would prefer the Ebang. Let me get back in here. That pencil shaving thing that it's hinting at is nice. This is very bitter. For me, this tea has a lot of space to develop. This one does not. The Youle is nice today, and it's pretty young. I wouldn't want to spend a lot more money. I think if they're both equally priced, I think the Mengsong is a obvious choice in terms of, well, first off, you're buying a lot more years, but age profile. I think you can let it hang out for much longer. It's going to develop. So my choice would be the Youle for drinking today, the Mengsong for the future, for storage, and for purchasing. And so if you think that the Youle is a good price today for your daily drinker or something, a daily drinker, something along those lines, you know, something that you're going to be consuming more of this year versus just having little bites on of something like this that you want to hang out and age for longer. I'm not in love with the astringent bitter aftertaste of either of these teas. Cheers. It's really getting nice now. That's good. So steeping's like 3-4, and maybe 3-4 were just strong and abrasive, but now it's graduating into some really nice notes, really filling through the register. Ooh, both of these are very astringent though. Okay, so $0.36 a gram. My average session is about 5 grams. I use a 50 milliliter Gaiwan, 51, 52, 55, 50, something like that. Which would put me at $1.7778 for the Youle on the left here. And don't know where to buy the Mengsong. So unfortunately I don't have a cheap price compared to just like their main website there. Let me see what they called this. 1 second. So the cheapest, so I don't even know if this is King series. Yeah. Not even sure that this tong is actually okay. Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding a good price for the Mengsong. It's not just direct. So that one might be something where you get on Discord and ask people if they have one they're willing to part ways with, because this is pretty intense in terms of the price. $3.25 is something that I would absolutely not pay the price for. No offense to this company at all. It just isn't there for me. By a long shot. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Well, overall, I'm not so in love with these teas in general. They're fine. Are they like, whoa, it's so much different and better than Dai teas? Not noticing it. Not noticing it yet. Some different flavors. I would say that at the $100 price point, I think all these cakes are just fine. And then when they get a bit more expensive, $127 to $140, suddenly it's a little bit of a harder sell for me at those prices. And definitely not $3.25. So that's kind of my takeaway. If I had to sort them, I would think that I think actually that the Mengsong is probably my favorite one of the 4, which I'm going to kind of, flip-flop a little bit on, but it has the most promise of the teas that I would have if it was the 150, 160, 170 range. Man, I couldn't spend 170 for that tea, honestly. Sorry. Yeah, maybe like 140 I would pay for the Mengsong, just to have one of them, because I think that it'll develop into something kind of interesting in about 10 years. Hoping to get to that sort of like garden patch meets pencil shavings character with a lot of the promise of sweetness that's there today. So I think of the four, that would probably be the only one that I would consider buying truly. And then I would rank them Mengsong, Yibang, the Youle, and the Jiang Cheng. Jiang Cheng. Guys, gals, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just tasting stuff. I don't know how to pronounce a single damn word of this stuff, but it's fun. Thanks for following along. Hey, subscribe to all that stuff. If you watch this one, let me know. This was me trying to do a faster one. It still ended up being 16 minutes. Sorry. Tried to kind of dive into the flavors and so forth without all the prep, but let me know if that's helpful. I was like, maybe I can do like a TikTok length one for 1 minute. Yeah, right. Anyway, let me know if you guys prefer sort of like shorter 4 minutes, 12-minute episodes. I can do like kind of the 22, 25-minute episodes that are longer, drawn out. I can even do ones where opening up a cake, taking some time. It's just kind of in the background. Do let me know what you want to listen to. If you want to fall asleep to clanks and taste notes, please do share in the comments below. Until next time, Youle later. That was bad. Bye.